Hello everyone and welcome to episode 93 part 2 of the G1 Climax as we finish out the G1 Climax. And this has been a pretty fun tournament though so far for the first 20 days. We'll see how the next 16 go as far as what the standings are looking like going into this second part. As for Block A, it is a two-way tie between Konosuke Takeshita and Will Hobbs for the lead, and then a lot of people right behind him though. The Great Okan, Hiromu Takahashi, Jay White, and Sanada all with 6, Kushida with 4, and then 2 points for Makabe, Leona Fujinami, and Pac, surprisingly enough. For Block B, as far as Claudia, right now has a 1-point lead over both Tyler Black and Kenta. We also have, as far as Roderick Strong, Kazuchika Okada with 6 points, Sexy Virginia with 5, surprisingly enough, and then Lee Moriarty, Pentagon Jr., Shingo Takagi, and Tetsuya Endo all with 2 points. For Block C, John Moxley and Kota Ibushi and Heiharu Tamura all with a 3-way tie for first. As far as that's going to be a very exciting finish, by the looks of things, as Walter is also right behind him with 6 points. Then you have Brody Lee, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Ray Fenix, and Tetsuya Naito with 4. Alex Coughlin, El Kukui with 2. And for Block D, we have the one man who has not won in a G1 Climax match so far, Taichi involved. Shitoro Shino's got 10 points. He's the first man to get to 10. And, of course, because of the draw, or not the draw, rather the forfeit, loss of Calvin Tankman thanks to his injury. Shinsuke Nakamura, Miro, and Juice, and Eddie Kingston all right behind him, though, with 8 points each. As, of course, Kingston, too, as far as he has as far as this is a big get for him. You know, he's got a chance to make some magic, because he's got to take on Miro and Shinsuke Nakamura still. If things go his way, he might, in fact, win Block D. So that would be pretty exciting to see. Joe Doring and Yoshihashi with 4, Josh Alexander with 2, and Taichi with 0. And, of course, Calvin Tankman finished out the G1 with 6 points. Tough break for him. Just pretty brutal. But he still has a chance to at least have more points than both Doring, Yoshihashi, and even Taichi. So that should be interesting to see how that plays out for Block D. Of course, each winner will go on to the finals in a 4-way elimination matchup to determine the new IWGP Heavyweight Champion after Bryan Danielson, of course, won the Heavyweight title at Dominion over Sanada and, of course, retired shortly after due to just the amount of injuries, the comeback, not only from, obviously, the injury that he suffered here in the save, but also, obviously, counting the concussions and as far as the damage he's done throughout his career. It's time, it felt like his bum card was all filled, and that he felt like he accomplished everything he could. He's been WWE Champion, IWGP Heavyweight Champion, so he just felt like, I've done it all here in the wrestling world, and it's time for me to step away. So as far as to see who's going to be the new champion, they have some big shoes to fill, that is for sure. As far as Sonata, I'm sure it's wanting another chance at the title, and maybe even has a chance to not only make it to the finals, but to win it all, and win that 4-way and become the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Again, that would be pretty fantastic comeback for him. But yeah, as far as for this episode, of course, we'll have the 16 tour shows on this episode, this part of the episode, the 16 tour shows, and then the finals, which is set, that we have everything pretty much pre-booked, so that's going to be nice, as far as from that perspective. We just have to add an opener for, all these block matches, and we gotta pencil in some of the other matches on the undercard of the final show, but other than that, we're pretty much locked in. So that's gonna be nice to see once we get there. So we'll just start right on where we left off at with day 21. As for Daniel Makabe and Konosuke Takeshita, that's a big time matchup there, and Will Hobbs and Pac is also a fun Styles Clash affair there. Has also Kushida and Hiromu having another match against each other. That should be fun to see. Sonata and Jay White, too. Let's see what Pac's doing as he set up a waffle bar. Cooked for everyone. Way to go, Pac. As then Milano Collection AT passing on tips on using psychology to his protege, Asako Collection NYC. Konosuke Takeshita wants to put over Elio del Vikingo. Well, obviously in this save, Elio del Airbender. As that's pretty fucking massive. Pretty massive indeed. Not really sure. I actually forgot where we left off at. Yeah, the Day 17 show in Budokan. Yeah, I think we're going to go back. Yeah, I think that's probably our best bet, day 12. Yeah, that works for me. I mean, we could run the Green Dome. It won't be a sellout, but it'd be damn near full. So that way we don't have to go 8,000. We'll just, yeah, let's go 8,000. Why not? Why not? Main event, though, that's an interesting decision. Because I think I have Sonata and Jay White as a Steel Show match, if I remember correctly. I know it's kind of weird, but I think that's what I did. Pac and Will Hobbs should be the main. I'm going to go with that. Pac's going to beat him, too. That's a huge upset. They've faced off against each other a couple of New Japan Cups ago, which Hobbs beat him. So that's a big revenge win for Pac. And he gets 4 points. So he is on his quest to at least finish with, as far as a positive record in this G1 Climax. Just is kind of crazy to think about. Makabe and Takeshita can be the co-main, and Makabe will be beating Konosuke Takeshita. So the two leaders of this block going into this night both suffer defeats, as, I mean, that's a tough break for Konosuke Takeshita. Kushida and Hiromu, that's another banger of a matchup, as Hiromu will be beating Kushida, though. I want to say we had Kushida beat him, yes, in the New Japan Cup last year. So a nice little rematch win for Hiromu. Of course, those two had the Wrestle Kingdom match with Hiromu, his big return from Excursion against Kushida, which he won, became the Junior Heavyweight Champion for the first time. Yeah, so Sonata, Jay White. I went with this as a Steel Show matchup mainly because I wanted to go against the grain of what these two usually do. Usually you're going to get the long, drawn-out, 26, 28-minute matchup. Change it up a little bit. Have them turn up the gas a little bit on their matchup. Turn it up, speed it up, see what they can do if we cut that time in half and really make them work hard for it. And Fujinami and the Great Okan, as the Great Okan will beat Leono Fujinami in a technical masterclass matchup. So for the opener, we will go with, as I want to go with a blast off. We'll go blast off. See, as far as, let's just do it. Jason Lee and Fuminori Abe. Have them take on, as far as, we'll go Gavin McGavin and Gresham. Why not, right? But this is mainly to give Gresham a win over Fuminori Abe. At least that's the plan. But yeah, 10-minute matchup. Pretty nice. So yeah, we had this day 10. So yeah, I remember booking this. So I'm glad I was like, we get a return match here. And as far as to have Gresham and McGavin win this time around, I think will be pretty nice. Abe's pretty pissed about that. I guess we just have Jason Lee lose. It's not that big of a deal. Not the end of the world. Alright. And so yeah, we're good to go. Let's run day 21. It's an 80 for the opener. Abe, Jason Lee losing to the Gresham McGavin team. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of close. It's an upset, though, for sure. The octopus stretch from Gresham over Jason Lee, though. That's a nice win for him, at least. The 78 for Fujinami and the Great Okan. They have great chemistry. As has a big lariat from the Great Okan getting the win in 18 minutes. That's a nice little matchup there. It's a pretty good card. So we cut the time in half, and it was going to be too short for an important match, but it got the crowd buzzing, and it was a pretty solid Steal the Show matchup. Regardless, Jay White did outperform him thanks to Sonata being off his game, but Sonata with the Sonata lock, getting the win there. Hiromu Kushida, lack of psychology. Just kicks me in the dick every time I have to see that. Time Bomb, though, win for Hiromu, getting the win in 25 minutes. 2 points for him, and another match with lack of psychology is Konosuke Takeshita, Daniel Makabe. Takeshita with the Makabe lock loss to him. I mean, that's a tough break, but they were back and forth, though. 87-88. Fun match, though. Fun match there. I like that a lot. That was a good upset. Now, 93 for the main event. Pac beating Will Hobbs with the shooting star leg drop. Love it. Love it. Speed beats power on that one. And yeah, I mean, we increased our popularity in a region. So, all around, I would say a success. Yeah, we'll put over Takeshita, we'll put over Makabe, and of course Pac. Good shit. You can't really go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with that. Alrighty, as on to day 22 we go. Alright, day 22. Oh man, as New Japan World, of course, Pentagon Jr. and Kazuchika Okada. This is actually a rematch from last year's G1 Climax matchup that we had. But yeah, Tyler Black, Claudio Castagnoli, Zack Sabre Jr., Shingo Takagi, some of the matches we'll be seeing on this night's Tanahashi. Lifted the locker room when he organized, then won a video game tournament, and Yuji Sagata passing on psychology to his protege, the great Okan. As, yeah, I believe so. Then we're going to Kyushu here. It looks like it will be this gymnasium. Oh yeah, we got the Marine Meets though, I guess. Kind of would like to change it up a little bit since we ran there last time. Yeah, because it'd be about the same. Be a little bit more people, I guess, this time around. It'd be fine. We'll be fine. So yeah, main event. We'll go with Tyler Black and Claudio. I think that's the safest bet. So Claudio will beat him in an upset right before the 30-minute mark. Huge win there. First time... Oh no, I don't know why I was thinking first time meeting. They had the Royal Quest title matchup, which Tyler Black won and became the new U.S. champion. So a little win back for him. But Tyler Black was unhappy about it. Zack Sabre Jr. and Shingo, as Zack Sabre Jr. will win in the co-main. So the U.S. champion beating Shingo Takagi. They had a number one title matchup. That's right, at Power Struggle, and then Zack Sabre Jr. so far. We beat him a couple of years ago in the last matchup they had against each other. That was an 85. Hoping for a good rating there between those two. It's going to be interesting to see what's the steal of the show. I'm going to go with Kenta and Endo next, because I think Kenta's going to put on a pretty great performance in that one. He's going to get the win, too. And Pentagon Jr., Kazuchika Okada, we're going to set this for a steal of the show matchup, mainly because I just don't think it needs to be 15 odd minutes or so. But Okada, he beat Pentagon Jr. last year in the kickoff show last year, so beats him again here in back-to-back wins. And then Roderick Strong and Lee Moriarty are the Techno Masterclass matchup. I did not pick a winner here when I made it, so we're going to just... I think Lee Moriarty is going to outperform him, too. I think it's going to be a hell of a match, though. We'll see if I am, in fact, correct on that one. As for the opener, now that is a good question. See where we're at here. Yeah, I don't know if I should put a Young Lion out there or not. So I know we have the two that are pretty solid as far as chemistry-wise. We might go with that. Yeah, let's go tag teams. Because, yeah, Miyagi and Shobo are pretty solid together. That's tough. Yeah, because I kind of want to have the House of Torture team up to see what if we got anything. Because yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So yeah, we're Shobo, and then I guess we did use them pretty relatively soon. But yeah, we'll go with Brody. We last used him on the last Strong. So yeah, we'll go Brody and Parker. Yeah, I guess we could go with the American Gaijins. Peck and Fart. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. I'm sure we've done this before. Oh, first time meeting. Oh yeah, Brody King gonna get the win there. Just hope it's gonna be a good enough matchup to where this doesn't tank the show. It shouldn't, but you never know with those sort of things. Yeah, 64. Not bad as well. As well as Dasha Gonzalez and Michael Cole have the good chemistry, so that's going to help us out a lot too with some of these matches. But yeah, Gonzo Bomb, Brody King on the Chris Fart. Not bad. Not bad at all for an opener. We'll take it. An 80, though, for Lee Moriarty and Roderick Strong. He was a point better, so we want the right guy there to get the win. Fucking Lee Moriarty, man. Just rocking and rolling. Okada and Pentagon Jr. have a pretty good matchup here. It's not as good as their previous encounter, but 75s and 73s with Pentagon Jr. being off his game, so he could have at least had the same rating as Kazuchika Okada. That's a Kaju Bomb from Okada in 12:48. I'm thinking of having, because Okada's going to beat Pentagon Jr., potentially have Okada and like Yoshihashi take on the Lucha Brothers or something along those lines. But definitely Okada in that matchup. And Kenta Indo's an 80. Kenta with the Kenta combo into the Basaigu knee in 24 minutes. Nice little win there. Can't beat that. Cannot beat that. There's an 88 for Zack Sabre Jr. and Shingo. Yes, it surely really was a better matchup than the previous one, even with the lack of psychology. But Zack Sabre Jr. gets the submission win in 24:06, and a 98 for Tyler Black and Claudio Castagnoli. Castagnoli with a neutralizer in 28:32. I was hoping for Swiss Death, but we'll take it. Fantastic stuff, though. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. A 98 for the main, 88 for the co-main. Can't go wrong with that. Tyler Black, though, has really been punching his stamp of being one of the best in the world with this tournament for sure. We'll put over Zach, obviously, and trying to think who else. Let's go Okada, I guess. Oh, they had the 75. They had the worst match out of the 5, so I guess we should go Kenta. That makes a little bit more sense. Not bad at all, though. Yeah, that block's pretty solid, though. That's a pretty stacked block. You know, you got a lot of former IWGP Heavyweight Champions. You have, as far as the amount of talent that they have, and that block is pretty telling. That is for sure. As on to day 23. Alrighty, didn't mean to click on that. Day 23. As we got some backstage incidents. As Show and Nakamura. Show was brought for Wrestler's Court. Accused of not joining the rest of the locker room for a night out as the judge. Shinsuke Nakamura found him guilty and sentenced him to buy drinks for after the show. And then Shingo Takagi and Masahiro Hara as Shingo's passing on psychology to Masahiro Hara. Alrighty, so yeah, John Moxley, Kota Ibushi, big ass main event there. And Tamura and Volter's a great co-main too. That's actually a really fun card. But yeah, John Moxley, Kota Ibushi, what a main event. And it will be a time limit draw. Now, fascinating enough, of course, those two were some of the top men in the block. But that has opened the door now, with 1 point each to each man, depending on what Tamura does with Volter, if he can beat the Intercontinental Champion. And he, in fact, does. What a win. There's right out of Tamura, right before the 30-minute mark, too. Massive, massive win. This is their first time meeting, too. The two hosses battling it out. I love it. That's a great main and co-main now. And then I don't know what's going to be the Technical Masterclass matchup. It might be this. Oh, no, it's a Steel Show matchup between Rey Fenix and Naito. I don't mind that, though. I think it's a good little spot for it. And Rey Fenix will get the win. El Kukui and Brody Lee. Oh, this is a Steel Show match, too. We'll just have it be a regular little match. But El Kukui with the upset win. So the idea, Brody goes for the big boot. El Kukui gets out of the way. He is trying to do it like into the corner. So he gets stuck up on the corner. El Kukui roll up. Feet on the ropes. Referee doesn't see it. 1, 2, 3. As that is but obviously take decisive off with that finish. So very much a quick roll up and just out of nowhere finish. But first of all, an upset for sure. That is a massive, massive win. And then, talk about an upset, Alex Coughlin beating Hiroshi Tanahashi. I mean, talk about one of the biggest wins in a G1. To have Tanahashi lose here to Coughlin, massive. He doesn't even complain about it. Go Ace. Go Ace, go. So yeah, giving a lot of time to the main and co-mains. We're cutting down some of the G1 matches itself. But man, that is going to be awesome to see. I want to see Connors and Cavanero team up here. As, yeah, we could go with the Izar collection. Trying to think what would be a good little match for him. We could go Carl Fredericks. But then I don't know who Fredericks would team up with. It would make sense. I guess we could go with Corey Oslin. That works. We'll go with LA Dojo Young Lion. But this is mainly just to give Barbaro Cavanero a win. He'll beat Oslin. Alright. Cool. And a big night for Peace, Love, and War. That is for sure. I'm excited for that main event, though. That's going to be a banger. For sure. Yeah, looks like, oh, Osaka is, the place to be, it looks like. That works for me. 15,000 on hand for this one. And the last time we've been there is day 15. Alright. Let's run it. 68 for the opener, not the greatest of openers. I knew Fredericks was going to struggle, and Oslin was really off his game, so that hurts it a little bit as well. But La Cabanera getting the win for Barbera Cabanero in 9:41. An 80 for Tanahashi and Alex Coughlin. Hey, they have great chemistry, how about that? But the STF submission win from Alex Coughlin. I would love for Tanahashi not to tap here, pass out from the pain instead it's happened. That'd be kind of sick. Yeah, I'm liking it, though. Loving that match. Loving the idea that Coughlin, just the younger, stronger challenger, hungry. You know, he's a man that is on a mission to prove himself here. He catches Tanahashi on arguably the biggest win of his career with that one. That is massive. That's right, they don't click. That's why I wanted to have it be a 10-minute matchup. So yeah, the match is going to be pretty bad in itself. But yeah, one for the big boot. El Kukui, it gets out of the way. Brody basically, as far as gets him into the turnbuckle, but the way he's angled, it's, his foot's caught on the top rope. A little, as far as maybe even the childish, drops down to his hands and knees behind him. And then Brody topples over into it with the legs on. I don't think that'd be. I'd rather him, at least some type of shenanigans, so also maybe just a flat out kick in the dick into it, that might work out too, but then it's well, how the referee will have to see it, because it is referee's discretion, though. I'm not too upset with that finish. Ray Phoenix and Tetsuya Naito, we probably could have gave it more time and just been cool with it being just a normal 22 minute matchup, but I like the idea of it being a Steel Show matchup with kind of Ray Phoenix turning up the heat on Naito, and just Naito's knees can't keep up with him, and it's just a problem for him. I like it. I like it a lot. The Meteor as the finish, I don't mind. Don't mind that. But definitely I would like for him to a lot of basement drop kicks, a lot of, just spikes Hurricanranas after, he's starting to sell the knees, and just kind of works. I think it'd work out well, the psychology of that one. 88, though, for Tamura in Volter. And Volter takes the jackhammer in 28-21. I love that. What a sight. What a sight to behold. And Tamura beats Volter. Huge win. The Intercontinental Champion falls in the co-main event. In the main event, an 86. Brutal. But first time meeting, I don't think they've ever been in the same. Well, no, as obviously they've now been in the same ring with the Blood and Guts. But before this, I don't think they'd ever been in the same ring together. Because when Moxley was in New Japan, I don't think Ibushi was in that block with him. I'm probably wrong, but I'm pretty sure they didn't have a match. They might have, though. Now I'm thinking about it, because I was thinking that was when Ibushi was not. It was as far as taking his hiatus away from New Japan, but no, he was. They were in the same place at the same time there. Damn. But, I thought it was going to be a lot better of a show. Unfortunately, we just kind of got fucked there. But yeah, we're definitely putting over Tanahashi. We're going to put over the main, because those guys did a really, really good job. Not bad at all, though. Not a bad day there for day 23. As on to day 24 we go. Alrighty, we're back around to Block A. As for we're at Block D, rather, excuse me, as I was a little bit of ahead of myself here, is with Block D, of course, we only have 4 G1 block matches because Tankman's injury, but as far as what's going to be the main event, that's a tough one, because there's really not a match that's calling out to me, as far as probably Doring and Nakamura, just because Shinsuke's killing it right now, but who knows. Liger left to the locker room, organized and won a video game tournament. And Nakamura passing on tips on psychology to his new protege, Noriya Takagawa, as we get to still give him a picture. But as far as there is a bit of news. After New Japan Strong, I was just curious to see if there's anybody that has a drug issue, because obviously that's something that ended up being a problem for us in the UJPW series. And there was a couple of people, actually. The 3 biggest ones that I sent to rehab were Clark Connors, Katsuki Kitamura, and Tomohiro Ishii. Which I get Ishii's point. I even get Katsuya Kitamura's point to a degree. And Clark Connors was interesting because I didn't think he had a major injury, but he might have. Now that I'm thinking about it, because that's usually what happens. Guys get, an injury and it kind of goes downhill from there. See if it. I'm trying to remember where's. Oh, I think it's just in the. I don't know why I'm thinking. There is a place where you see the injury history. There it is. It was like it's the skills. Yeah, he did have his C7 spinal cord compressed. That was bad. Also has a concussion at one point. Strained his intercostal muscle as well. Yeah, heavy painkiller abuser. Yeah, did not notice that. So sometimes you gotta look at those attributes closely. He's still improving, even with you abusing heavy painkillers, but that definitely would have started to fuck him over time. So hopefully we get that nipped in the butt as soon as possible. I'm assuming the rest are not at that level of, we'll see though. Yeah, a couple of injuries from, man, it sucks that they were all caused by somebody too. But also I think the steroid use affected that as well. But at least it's not heavy abuse. But yeah, he's definitely declining though. But he's also at that age too. But yeah, I think declining probably from age too definitely affected that. Psychology's never was that great anyways. Tough to see that. And then, Pentagon had something going on. I remember that. I just find him. Yeah, he's also abusing painkillers. Might be for the dislocated vertebrae. That does not sound good. But his skills are actually getting better, even at 40 years old. So I don't know what the deal is there. But I'm glad we're going to nip that in the bud as soon as possible. I know Yoshihashi was another guy. There's a couple of guys that I just end up finding more than anything. It's crazy. Yoshihashi's basic skills are 90 to 98, though. It's kind of getting worse over time. Which is kind of hilarious, though, because when we've sent him down for a little bit, he wasn't up to standard. And since we sent him down to Mexico to work for a little bit, he actually got better over time. Now he's getting worse. It's funny how that works out. Yeah, psychology's not there, though. Never really was. Not really a great promo guy, either. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that was, like, a pretty big name. Kingston doesn't do major drugs is his thing. Yeah, he's just a soft drug user, and I'm like, doesn't really matter. That's not a thing on our watch. That might be it. That might have been it. As far as there wasn't like a major name that I was like stunned by, like whoa, So at least that's from that perspective a positive. During Nakamura, it's going to be the main. Just kind of is what it is here. Nakamura beat him 2 years ago in the G1. That was their only singles matchup so far. Hopefully it's a good little effort from Nakamura to make that match a success. Then we'll go with Shino and Yoshihashi. So Shino will be beating Yoshihashi, so he's now jumped up to 12 points with that win. Alexander and Kingston, technical masterclass matchup, and Kingston's going to beat him. So obviously it's a match that's in Josh Alexander's element, but he ends up not getting the win, in fact. And then Miro and Tai Chi, as Miro getting the win in 22 minutes. So this is a steal the show match, but it's not a G1 match, so it's kind of weird how that's going to work out. So I think the plan, instead, we're going to call an audible, have this just be a normal match, and then we'll have the opener, and that'll be a technical masterclass matchup. I think that's going to be the best way of going about that. And if we're going to use the technical masterclass matchup, we might as well use guys where that, makes sense. Trying to think, we can use Gresham. We'll go with Gresham. So Kyle O'Reilly's here. Because we can build up to the Gresham-O'Reilly matchup. That makes a lot of sense. And then show Garcia. Now, it won't make a lot of sense technically. Because he was just used on the strong taping. But that's probably the best case scenario that we can have. I'm trying to think if there's any other light junior guy we could use from that's not really used in United Empire. Just want to sometimes just look at the list like this. Yeah, didn't think so. That's fine though. It's still going to be a pretty decent little matchup. Have we done this before? I wonder. I don't know. First times for that 6-man. So the big thing for this is I think we need to give Jackson a win. I think that's kind of the big point that I would like to see from this. Mainly, we're just going to have Garcia beat McGavin. But it should be a good match, though. Obviously, I think United Empire will be the better team. But United Empire, they don't need that win more than anything from that perspective. Are we... Okay, we're almost back around to Kanto. About to say, I think we're just going to run the Nagoya Civic General Gymnasium. Yeah, there's nothing even close to like 20,000 or anything. Well, no, there is. I guess we can go halfway with it, but... we'll just stick with 10. See what we get. Here for the opener, an 80. Fuck yeah. As Gresham, though, with a 91. Dear God. Drew Gulak with a 77. Kyle O'Reilly, 78. Show and McGavin, now 54s and 66s. Yeah, Show, it just never, unfortunately, worked out for him. It's a good match, though. 79 for Juice and Cabanero against Black Horse and Evil. Mainly, I wanted to have this match, obviously, because Juice was supposed to face Tankman on this night. But Juice pinning Evil with the pulp friction. Nice win. Nice win. Plus Cabanero and Juice getting the win over Evil and Taurus. Just, it makes more, they have a better team. 79 for Miro and Tai Chi. It's Miro with the Bullplex over Tai Chi in 21-34. Not a bad little matchup there. I'm just glad Miro performed pretty well. Wow, 60 and 69 there from Alexander and Kingston. Not the greatest performance. I'm very, very lucky to have got a 75 out of that, to be honest. Just mainly the announcing lifted that. But Kingston, though, with the back fist of the future, gets the win, too. That's a major, major victory over Alexander. Shidori Shino beating Yoshihashi, but the T-Bone in 20 minutes in the main event. It's an 80, because Joe Doring is just not it anymore. So he gets the win, though. That's Nakamura over Joe Doring with the triangle choke in 23-50. It was a nice win. It's a good little match, actually, as far as to have the show. Everything was kind of light green, so you can't really beat that, but, yeah, just, man, tough break. It sucks that Doring's doing so bad. Yeah, we'll put over Shino again. It just feels like those are kind of the saving graces. Calvin Tankman was on that list, but now that he's hurt, just unfortunate from that perspective. But luckily, I think he will be back for the finals, so we'll probably have him have a big return match to get, as far as maybe some revenge on somebody that didn't get the face or something along those lines. Now we're back to around the block here, to Block A, as we'll see how as far as with day 25, we're almost close to only having 10 more shows left of at least the block stuff. So coming up on the tail end, we'll probably take a look at the standings when we get into the 30s, just to see how everything's playing out. So yeah, on to the next day we go. Alrighty, day 25. Of course, New Japan World, backstage incidents, Tanahashi and Shobo, as Tanahashi passing on psychology to Shobo there, as the Great Okan, Daniel Makabe. It's a pretty good matchup. Konosuke Takeshita, though, and Sonata, that's definitely the main. Yeah, that's going to be a banger. And Kushida and Pac's a fun match, too. We'll see kind of how everything plays out, but I don't mind running Budokan, if that is kind of where we're at on this. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go Konosuke Takeshita and Sonata. And Sonata will be beating Konosuke Takeshita. That is a major, major victory. Konosuke Takeshita, though, unfortunately, he's just, had the loss in the last show. That hurt him. And now to lose again here is brutal. Brutal. Co-main, though, that is a good question, because I do love that Kushida-Pac match. Jay White Will Hobbs is a fun little matchup, too. I know Makabe and the Great Okan, they're going to have a technical masterclass matchup. So yeah, we'll have this be the co-main on Pac beating Kushida. or Kushida. First time meeting between these two, which is awesome, because they would have an incredible matchup. I'm trying to think if they actually had a match prior to the save, because I think the best Super Juniors that Pac worked, Kushida didn't work, because he was, if he did work him, he was not the same, obviously, Kushida that he would turn into. But yeah, that would have been an awesome match, though. They would have worked very, very well together. Jay White and Hobbs will have, it's a Steal the Show matchup. Hobbs catching Jay White. I'm liking these Steal the Show matches for Jay White because it changes up exactly what he tries to do. And the other, his opponents are throwing curveballs at him, and Will Hobbs is not taking any shit. He's not trying to work 25, 30 minutes. He's looking to get in there, get business done in a hurry. He's getting paid. He's getting paid. He's not getting paid by the hour, as far as Hobbs is destroying dudes. And that's very, very cool to see. Hiromu and Fujinami are going to go about 20, 22 minutes. Hiromu's going to beat him. I think they've had a couple of matches already. Yeah, Leonona Fujinami beat him last year in the G1, and then Hiromu beat him this year in the New Japan Cup, but that was a 84. Then, so it should be a pretty good little matchup. And then Okan and Makabe in the Masterclass matchup. Makabe will get the win. The bigger, Great Okan, in fact, does not beat him. I think that's a good call, though, to have Makabe getting a little upset win. He's been rolling as of late. And we'll have a tag match. I think we're going to go with Lee and Fujinami. Hate to do this again, but it's probably for the best. Because I want them to beat Tomoya Tom Ford. Or maybe not even Tomoya Tom Ford. Let's just go with Izod and Burberry Baba. I like it. Like it. Have we done this before, I wonder? Okay, first time. So Abe, get that win. See, he could use one. It'll be Izod Collection NYC. Not a bad opener. Abe's going to carry it for the most part. But it should be pretty good. So yeah, I guess we'll be running Budokan now. So that's a fun main event. They have to catch then Sonata and Pac and Kushida in the main and co-main of this show. We'll see how it runs. We'll see. 75 for the opener. And it's Abe and Jason Lee beating Burberry Baba and Izod Collection NYC. How about that? Burberry Baba almost on the same page as Jason Lee. I think that Best Super Juniors really helped him out. I know he didn't win a whole lot, but just that experience really helped him out a lot. As Abe with the figure 4 over Izod Collection NYC. Another 75 as Okan and Makabe. Good little matchup here. 24-minute matchup of the Makabe lock from Daniel Makabe over the Great Okan. And 84 again for Hiromu and Fujinami. It's Hiromu with the triangle choke. 21-39. Or the D, he likes to call it. The 76 for Jay White and Will Hobbs. Jay White did outperform him, but we gave it to Will Hobbs here. Just went off of size and strength. I like the idea of Jay White going for the Blade Runner. Hobbs counters it with like a big-ass belly to the belly or something, then hits the order of business, picks up the win. Like it. Just slams him through the mat type of thing. And 86, though, for Pac and Kushida. As Pac with a 450 in 28 minutes. What a win that is. And the main event is an 89. It's Konosuke Takeshita does outperform the former heavyweight champion, but Sonata gets the win with the Sonata lock in 28-22. Major victory there from Sonata, and that is just a massive win, because that's going to change the entire block, with Takeshita now losing not once but twice. So that's really opened things up from that perspective. So I think the next time we're actually going to look at the standings, it actually won't be the 30s, because obviously day 28 is kind of the last of that run that we have coming up. So I think we're going to look at it at 29. I think that'll probably be for the best. But yeah, we'll put over Sonata, Takeshita, and Pac. I think that's a good call. There, because those guys killed it. Pac usually does. Actually, let's change it up a little bit. Instead of Pac, let's go with Jay White, because he put on a good match, a good performance. Outperformed Hobbs, but he put him over, didn't complain. Not one bit. Not bad at all. Block A is really coming together. Everything is kind of falling into place for them. As on to Block B we go. Alrighty, day 26. As I think we're going to be back to the Osaka Dome for this one. Milano Collection AT, as he improved the mood in the locker room, actually, when he set up a waffle bar. What way to go. Milano Collection AT, the chef, as Sonato's off of Russell's court, accused of failing to pick up his share of the tab at the bar. You can't be a top guy. Oh, a shared rental car, rather. Yeah, you definitely can't be a top guy and not do that. What the fuck are you doing? It's Nakamura found him guilty and sentenced to pay the full cost of reimburse his travel partners. Yeah, what the fuck are you doing, Sonata? Come on now. So the main event, you can't go wrong with Kenta and Zack Sabre Jr. for how well they've worked together. So that's probably going to be that. Oh, never mind. We're not going to be in Osaka. We're going to be in Hokuto. The old, let's say, I think the ice arena. Yeah, it'll be a sellout. That works out for me. But yeah, Kenta and Zack Sabre Jr. main event. And Zack Sabre Jr. will be beating him in 28 minutes. A big win there for Zack. As that's a major 2 points for sure. I love Okada and Roderick Strong. That's a fun match. As, we'll have it. If Roddy's gonna beat him, upset alert there. As Okada's beaten him every time. They had a G1 match last year. I think it's a fun goat main. Plus with the upset too. It's gonna be awesome. Claudio and Pentagon Jr. I love both these men. Pentagon Jr. will be beating him in a Steal the Show matchup. I wonder why I have this so short. Because I bet they don't have good chemistry. Just by looking at that rating, I bet that's it. That sucks. That is pretty brutal. So Lee Moriarty and Tetsuya Endo, technical masterclass matchup. Moriarty will be beating him in 20 minutes. And then Shingo Takagi, Tyler Black will be beating Shingo Takagi there. As actually, I think that's going to be the co-main instead. I think that's the better idea, better matchup. Something's up because it should not be yellow. Tenzan. It's given too much. Let that be Mr. Danielson. Alrighty. So I would love... I think we'll do it. I would love to see Yumino take on a United Empire guy. I think it's a good call. Well, just a random notification. I don't know why I made that noise, though. That was weird. I thought I had my stuff turned off. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm kind of getting cold feet about it now. So I kind of want to see Sugiura get a win. Let's see. Let's go with, let's go Toru Sugiura and Ishimori. So they do as a team. They'll take on... we can always go with the Young Lions. It's never a bad call. Yeah, we can go with Takudome. Forget, Kuya Miyagi. He's got good chemistry with Takubu, so we could go with that. Yeah, we'll just go with that. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we flipped his name around. Shobo, Takubo. Sometimes you want to do that with some of your graduates out of the dojo or wherever. If you're WWE Performance Center guys, sometimes you just want to put your own spin on their name. Sometimes it sounds better if you flip it. Sometimes, just kind of put your own little spin on stuff. But we will obviously be giving Toru Sugiura a win, because that's the whole point of this. Well, forgot to make it decisive. There we go. But yeah, Toru Sugiura getting the win. 10-minute matchup, nothing too crazy there. But I think that opener is going to be pretty solid, so it's not going to hurt the show or anything. Hoping Claudio and Pentagon Jr. doesn't hurt it too much. It shouldn't. Just with that negative chemistry, it's hard to kind of predict some of those things. But yeah, we already picked the arena, so we're good to go. It's a 59 for the opener. Actually didn't go as well as I thought it would. I thought it'd at least be in the 70s, but that shows you how far Ishimori's fallen. But yeah, Shobo, he's still pretty bad. Akuya Miyagi, though, is not bad at all. I know, obviously, Shobo was really off his game, but even a 22 is pretty abysmal. Sugiura gets the win now in 10-21. So Moriarty and Endo, they have pretty good chemistry. How about that? It's Moriarty with the joint custody. With the technical masterclass and the chemistry stuff, Lee Moriarty was one of the best guys on the card. So that's awesome. 70 for Pentagon Jr. and Claudio. Oh, they don't have negative chemistry, so yeah, that's odd. Cross armbar, though, for Pentagon Jr. You could have a fun little finish like that, though. He's trying to think what Claudio can do to where you roll through with a cross armbar. I guess you can go for the neutralizer backdrop, but that'd kind of be lame. I don't know. Actually, you know what? You go for the neutralizer backdrop. Claudio lands on his feet, runs off the ropes, looks for something, misses maybe a running European uppercut into the Fear Factor afterwards, then into the cross arm bar. So it's a quick ass finish, but it's just like that finishing sequence is so crazy that of course that's kind of the finish. And again, with those submissions out of nowhere like that, it works because obviously when you get put in that arm bar, it's like you're fucked. You got to either power out of it or tap, and you can even play up that. You'll have Claudio try to break it by deadlifting him, but Pentagon won't drop it. It just you really work it. You work it out and try to get 2-3 minutes out of it if you can. Really build up to it. But yeah, I like it. Just Claudio's stuck and eventually has to tap out from it. It's 81 for Okada and Roderick Strong. Roddy getting the win. He does not win with a stronghold. He wins definitely with the kill switch engage, or the kill switch engage, or the end of heartache. As far as Roddy, man, I mean, that's an awesome win. Very cool to see him beat Okada, but it's just funny that the performances are so close now, since Okada just for some reasons in the shitter. But that's another story for another time. Tyler Black, though, with God's Last Gift over Shingo Takagi in 26 minutes. Good little matchup there. Tyler Black still putting on some great stuff. Embarrassing, this was a lack of psychology, because that should have been a banger, for sure. We get a 90 as Zack Sabre Jr. with the Zack Driver in 27-37. And a solid main event there. Zack getting the win over Kenta. I think that was definitely the main event that we needed. Sucks it wasn't as good as I thought it would be, but it is what it is there. As far as, yeah, I mean, we got to put over Lee Moriarty. He was literally the third best guy on the card. Actually, he was the fourth, but it's better than just to say third. But yeah, he was, Tyler Black, Zack Sabre Jr. and Kenta all were better than him. And Block B is interesting. You have a lot of big names, but you have some fun upsets along the way, with Roddy beating Okada there. We've had Moriarty get some big wins. It's been pretty cool. It's a fun block to really, as far as have some fun upsets throughout it. Because there's guys that are almost there. They're on their way for sure. They're building up a lot of power, in New Japan. But yeah, on to day 28. I almost forgot what day we're at, but yeah, day 28. As I say, day 28. Day 27, rather. Jesus Christ. Alright, day 27. As I think we're got a big main event, though, here with Tamura and Moxley. Love it. Volter and Tanahashi rules. Coughlin and Ray Phoenix also rules. There's a lot of fun matches here on this block as Shobo was brought for us court. Accused of moaning about stuff all the time, bowing us out, just being a Debbie Downer, as Nakamura found him guilty and sends them to shut up or cheer up my drinks after the show. It's a bit harsh for the young lion, have to deal with all that. But yeah, Tamura, Moxley, main event, and this is for supremacy of the block for sure. Tamura beating Moxley, massive win there. Co-main event's going to be an interesting one, because probably should be Volter and Tanahashi, but I really wanted it to be Ray Phoenix and Coughlin. We'll go with this, though. Tanahashi's going to beat Volter. Huge win. First of all, as far as Volter beat him last year, we could have had Tanahashi beat him again, or rather have Volter beat him again here, but I just felt like the story, since Tanahashi just lost to Coughlin, as far as that's, a bit of a wake-up call for him. To be like, man, I gotta get my shit together type of thing, and he's bringing his A game for Volter. Gets the win over him too, so beats the Intercontinental Champion, and I love it. I love that. As, I don't know if we set this as a Techno Masterclass or Steal the Show. Oh, we did. We did have his Techno Masterclass matchup, but after beating Tanahashi, Coughlin's going to lose to Ray Phoenix. I'm assuming Ibushi and Lee... Oh, it's not. It's a regular matchup. So Ibushi's going to beat him. This was an IWGP Heavyweight title matchup at the Sakura Genesis show after Brody won the World Cup, the New Japan Cup. It's wild to think that the last time they had a singles matchup, Brody beat him. It was October 2022, though, as far as with Brody Lee. That was a 90, that U.S. title matchup, so I don't think they're going to reach that level, but it still should be a pretty fun match. Just sucks that Brody, unfortunately, not doing the ratings that I was hoping he would be able to do. So that will mean Naito and El Kukui are getting a Steal the Show matchup, and Naito beats El Kukui. So after having Naito lose to Ray Fenix, he gets the win, at least over El Kukui. Gave it a thought. Gave it a real thought, but since El Kukui had just beaten Brody Lee, just felt like it wasn't the right time to have him win again. I think for this one, though, I think we're going to have Bushi and SB Kento take on Malachi Black and Robbie Eagles. Tag match on the undercard. I'm about to say, have we done this before? Okay, no, we haven't. I was thinking we didn't, but you never know with those sorts of things. As we're going to have Robbie Eagles beat Bushi. The Pulse. Oh, well, rather, probably with the Warp 4-5, I'm assuming he's not going to win with the Pulse drop. But you never know. So, we will probably, about to say, yeah, I think we're going to go to, it's not Chubu yet. The Momotaro Arena in Yokohama, Japan, for this Day 27 show. I think it's going to be a pretty solid show, actually. We'll see how it plays out. An 80 for the opener. Robbie Eagles, Malachi Black, beating the Bushi SB Kento team with a Pulse drop. As I just said, he wasn't going to win with that, and he does, in fact, win with that in 10 minutes. Not bad there. 82 from Coughlin, Ray Fenix. Ray Fenix with the Miura in 20 minutes. The 70 for Endo and El Kukui. It was very, very close. El Kukui just about had him. That would have been awesome. That would have been really, really awesome. But Naito gets the win in 11-10. It's a big win. Big win for sure. It's Kota Ibushi beating Brody Lee with a Phoenix Splash in 20 minutes. It's an 87 from Ibushi, 64 from Brody, but got the crowd hotter, though. So it did its job there, as far as after the Steal the Show match didn't really do that. So 91 from Walter and Tanahashi. Go Ace, as the Ace gets the win with the High Fly Flow in 27-24. Tough loss from Walter there, but loving that Tanahashi gets the win. Hey, Altamora beating John Moxley with the jackhammer. It's funny, obviously now in this current timeline, Moxley, Bryan Danielson, partner, stablemates, and here in this universe, he's facing, Danielson's kind of prized pupil as far as the guy that took care of Dragon's Den when he was gone, and it was the future, and making a big, big statement of that win with the jackhammer. Massive, massive win. So another pretty good show there. As, we'll put over tomorrow, we'll put over Moxley, and, we'll put over Walter for his performance. They had a great match. Him and Tanahashi having some good matches. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Awesome. Awesome stuff there. So, we're now on to Block D. After Block D, after this Day 28 show, we'll take a look at the standings to see how everything's shaken up, because we just have, as far as 8 more shows of actual block matches, actually 9 if you count this Block D match coming up, and after that, we're on the road to the finish line to see who will be each man representing each block in that main event for the heavyweight title. Alrighty, Day 28. So we got the New Japan World broadcast, obviously. It's Nakamura and Naria Takagawa, as Takagawa is getting some tips on psychology. That's the guy to be learning from. He was a pro for Drew Parker to Shingo Takagi. Holy shit. What a get for Drew Parker. As, the main event will have be Juice and Nakamura for sure. It depends on what is the technical masterclass, I guess, for the next matchup. But Juice gets the win thanks to interference from Barbaro Cavanero. Of course, if you remember, Cavanero had a title matchup with Nakamura. Would it be? Should be, I don't think it was 2020. Maybe it was 2024. The start of 2024. It was. Alright, perfect. So, last year, had the heavyweight title win over him. It didn't really build up anything after that. I think this would be a great way to kind of ignite that a little bit here with that matchup. And it should be fun to see how Nakamura is going to bounce back after losing like that to Juice Robinson. And also Juice gets a never openweight title matchup. I mean, Doring and Ishino's a good call to be the co-main. I know Doring can't work that long anymore, but Ishino should still put on a good performance, as he's going to get the win too. As he is just, is it safe to say that he's going to win this block here, Block D? it's going to be damn near close. Obviously now with Ashino, now with 14 points, somebody, and now it really comes down to Miro and Kingston if they're going to catch him or not. So we'll take a look and see how they're doing. But yeah, Doring going to struggle with that. Miro and Josh Alexander, as Miro beats Josh Alexander, so that's a good win for Miro, for sure, as he's going to beat Josh Alexander. So there is a chance that Miro catches him. And then Taichi Yoshihashi, shockingly, Taichi's going to win, and we're going to set this as a Steal the Show matchup. Taichi finally gets his win. And then I'm assuming, this is a Steal the Show matchup. Okay, then I see now, as obviously the last of the block matches, Shota Umino, Eddie Kingston against the Dark Order, as Umino is going to beat John Silver. So yeah, this can just be a normal match now. And that will, of course, mean the opener has to be, let's give him a little bit more time, 14 minutes. Taichi can't work 14 minutes. That's crazy. Crazy. Alright. So, I'm trying to think what would be a good call here. Yeah, let's go Suzuki-gun in House of Torture. Why not there for the undercard? Let's go Takeda. And I was thinking Tsujora, but I think we're just going to go Takeda and Ishimori. Ishimori can't even work a tactical masterclass match anymore. She's getting worse over time. Yeah, we'll go Drew Parker. We'll go Takeda and Parker against the Suzuki-gun team of Rex Steiner. And it's either going to be Hook, or Tozawa. Oh yeah, we could use Yehai. Didn't even think about that. We haven't used Yehai in a hot minute. That's a good call. He'll save this. He'll save us. Oh, that's right. Takeda and Drew Parker don't have good chemistry. Well, shit. Looks like it's going to be Brody King now. Well, this match just got a little bit better. So we're going to have, we're going to have the House of Torture win. So we're going to have Brody beat Rex. Not a bad show, though. This actually, for Block D standards, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, just going to pick our venue, and we're good to go. Are we finally back to, we're back over here now. That's fine by me to run here. 5,000 people. Works for me. Yeah. Alright. Let's run it. 828 here. 67 for the opener. That actually went a lot better than expected. Gonzo bomb from Brody King over Rex Steiner. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. 70 from Umino and Kingston against Silver and Evil. Pretty close. We gave Umino the win mainly just to try to help him out a little bit. But all around, a decent little tag match. As a 64 for Taichi and Yoshihashi. I'm surprised it even was that good of a matchup. I thought it was going to be in the 50s, honestly. But yeah, Taichi beats Yoshihashi, even though Yoshihashi outperformed him. 81 from Miro and Alexander. It's Miro with the game over in 27 minutes. It's a big win there from Miro. Joe Doring with a 56. It's brutal to see. As the ankle hold from Ashino over Doring. He had a great performance, but yeah, just Joe Doring can't work that style anymore. And a 79 for the main event. As Barbara Cabanera with a run-in interference on Nakamura. Pulp Friction. Shinsuke Nakamura loses to Juice Robinson in our main event, and that is a I was thinking it was going to be a lot better than that. That went terribly wrong. Holy shit. Just couldn't get anything rolling. I'm not really sure what the, I'm just, just nothing really clicked as much as I thought it was going to. That sucks. As, we'll put over Juice and Nakamura, and, I guess we got to put over somebody in that 81 for having the best match on the show. I guess it'll be Miro. Man, oh man. So yeah, we'll take a look at the standings now. See how everybody's looking going into the final two shows for each block. A lot going on. A lot of going on here. A lot of haps happening for sure. I'm hoping for the best. Hoping for the best for sure. When it comes down to it. We'll see, though. We'll see how it all plays out. And now it's just taking forever to load. So we're going to see the little, trying to think what Wrestle Kingdom this would be. It's definitely the one with the TNA affiliation, so I think that was either 4 or 5. Because I see main event Mafia Kurt Angle there to the right. So that would have been 09, 08, somewhere around there. I think it would be 09. We'll see though. Might it? Yeah, so DDT gets some new guys. All right. So yeah, the standings. As far as Block A, 3-way tie for first: Hiromu, Sonata, Will Hobbs. As far as Sonata and Will Hobbs, they still have their match, so that's definitely going to be a point for them as far as if it comes down to it, who's ever going to win that match is going on to potentially be in the finals. With Hiromu, he lost to Will Hobbs, but he did beat Sonata. And for Sonata, he of course lost to Hiromu, but we'll see how he does against Will Hobbs. So it's really going to come down to a tiebreaker potentially there. Block B, Claudio with 11 points. That draw is helping him out right now because he's got a 1-point lead over Kenta and Tyler Black. Now those two, Kenta and Tyler Black, they haven't had a match yet against each other, so we'll have to see how that plays out, and presumably the winner of that, depending on if Claudio loses again, will in fact go on to the finals as the Block B winner. Block C, Hayato Tamura is in the lead right now with 12 points. His one loss is to Tetsuya Naito, which Naito's got 6 points, so that's not going to be a factor, it looks like. Ibushi with 11, Moxley with 9. Still a lot of matches left, and a lot of things can still happen, but it might, Moxley and Ibushi, they're either going to be 1 point under or 1 point over, I'm sure, by the end of it, just the way it's looking. So that draw's going to be very, very important for him. It's crazy, Walter doesn't even have 10 points. He might not even finish with 10 points when it's all said and done, so that's going to be pretty crazy to see. Very, very close block, though. Just having guys with 4 points being at the bottom, that shows you how tight that block was. And then for Block D, Miro's got 12, Ashino's got 14. Basically, the only chance for Miro is if he beats Kingston and Ashino loses to Juice. Other than that, it's basically a 2-man race. Kingston, something must have went terribly wrong. Oh, no, never mind. No, he's good to go. Yeah, but he's got Miro and Nakamura left, so that's a tough road for him. He's already got his 10 now, so luckily for him, he's locked in. But yeah, also, Miro also, just from the sake of having 2 more matches left, he's in a pretty solid spot. I mean, that's going to be huge. Going to be huge, for sure, for Miro, if he could finish strong. Him having Kingston, though, left is going to be tough, but he's got Yoshihashi left, too, so he might be able to still finish with 14. He's just got to hope that Juice gets the job done against Ashino there. But yeah, it's looking like a hell of a finals. It's looking like that 4-way is going to be pretty interesting, because whoever wins in Block A is going to be a main event player, for sure. Block B, if Claudio wins, that would be a crazy get for Suzuki-gun to potentially have 2 guys in there to really help their odds to have a heavyweight champion. And for Kenta and Tyler Black, they have a great chance to be in the finals, of course. And for Block C, the title might be going back to Dragon's Den, or it might be going to Kota Ibushi. And for Block D, of course, it's going to come down to either Miro or Shino. So it's going to be interesting. For right now, Suzuki-gun's holding all the cards, though, right now. So that's going to be big to see that. As, on to day 29, away we go. Alright, day 29. So we got New Japan World, backstage incidents, Kojima, Tamura, as Kojima passing on microphone work to Tamura, and then Nakamura passing on selling to Norio, Takagawa. So Will Hobbs and Sonata, that is a major, major matchup. That's definitely going to be the main. Winner of that will at least potentially be in first place. And Will Hobbs beats Sonata. That is fucking major. Major, major, major. And Hiromu and Makabe beats Hiromu. So, with that, I think the right call, actually, because with Hiromu losing to Makabe, this now basically leaves, well, I guess, if Hiromu wins, he'll go on to the finals. But with that win for Hobbs, I don't think it makes it that exciting of a finish compared to what it could be. It's tough, though. It's very, very tough, because yeah, if Hobbs wins, it doesn't matter, because he's already beaten Hiromu. So I think the best case scenario would be if Sonata beats him here for a more exciting finals. But then also Sonata will, man, maybe we should have Hiromu beat Makabe. That's tough. It's tough. Yeah, I guess we'll go Sonata, though. But Will Hobbs is almost a pinfall away from making it to the finals. That would have been a very, very fascinating decision. But we're going to go with Sonata beating Hobbs. Kushida, Jay White can go here. Steal the show matchup, Jay White beating Kushida. That's crazy. He's had so many short matches now that I think it's playing to his advantage, as now that he's got a lot of stamina left in the tank for these crazy matches. Pac beating Fujinami. So Pac has just been on a tear as of late. It's been awesome to see, and that will mean, of course, Konosuke Takeshita and the Great Okan have a tactical masterclass matchup, and Okan beating Takeshita. Let's change that. I don't know what. They both have... Okan's got 8. Takeshita's got 8. I would like to see him finish with 10. So let's give him a win right here. Yeah, I just like that more than anything. So that, at least, with Takeshita winning, though, he's got a win over Hiromu, but it doesn't matter, obviously, now, because, yeah, he's still... Well, he's still got to play... He's still got to face Hobbs, so that's going to be interesting. If Sonata would have lost, he would have been to the finals. It'd been pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. That was a very, very close block, though. Very, very close. So it looks like Sonata has, in fact, punched his ticket to the finals yet again, as far as for him to make it to the finals and potentially be a 2-time heavyweight champion now. That is on the horizon. But as far as... I think we're going to have Katsuya Kitamura. Oh, that's right. We have him in re-up. That's right. We can't use Kitamura. We could use Jarvis, though. Yeah, we'll use Jarvis. We'll go Jarvis and Gresham. Yeah, we'll go Jarvis and Makabe and McGavin, rather. They'll take on the Tomoya, Tom Ford, Isaac Collection NYC team. I think that's a good call. 10-minute matchup. It's going to be close. Since Izod Collection, and at least Desires of Perfection, at least with them winning. Well, actually, yeah, we shouldn't do this. We should do. Let's keep that side, but then we'll have Reynolds and Silver on this side. Yeah, that makes way more sense. And we'll have Silver get the win. Let's go, actually, now I'm thinking about it, let's go the Velocities. We haven't used the Velocities in a hot minute. Yeah, literally in a month. And they're super over, actually, from where they were. And yeah, I mean, they've traded wins back and forth. Yeah, I don't mind if Velocity's getting a win here to get that win back. But, unfortunately... Yeah, jeez, it's a tough sell with this. Because I want it to be a fresh match. So we might throw Black Taurus in there to shake it up a little bit. How many times does this match happen? Oh, okay, so yeah, this is at least the first time meeting. And yeah, Silver. I should have it. Yeah, that's fine. He can get the win. I was gonna have it be Black Taurus, but we'll change it. Oh yeah, so I think. And we're back to Kyushu. Run this shot. Is there another? Yeah, there's the 15,000. Yeah, we'll run here now. Perfect. So yeah, Sonata has basically full-on punched his ticket. It's going to come down to, if Hiromu would have beat Makabe, it would have at least been, I guess we could still do that. So it's a lot more exciting, so at least you don't know. Yeah, that, man, it's tough. It's tough. We'll just stick to it. Stick to how it is now. I don't like it, but it's still, it's tough because I want Makabe to at least finish strong. Is kind of the big thing there. So Silva, though, gets the win with the Enziguri in 10 minutes. Percy Silva, Jude London were the better team, but fortunately take the loss. Black Taurus was the best guy in the match. 88 for Okada and Konosuke Takeshita. Great chemistry between the two. All around, I'm glad we gave that to Takeshita. And, him being in the main event wouldn't have been that bad of an idea. Also, Kushida and Jay White go in 12 minutes here. Kushida does outperform Jay White, but Jay White gets the win with the Blade Runner. Another 80s. Pac with a shooting star leg drop over Fujinami. And then the co-main. Hello, thanks a lot, Windows. I don't need an update right now. As Hiromu loses to Makabe. The arm trap German suplex in 25-46. It's a tough break because that's actually a really good matchup. Just lack of psychology brings it down. And oof, they don't click. That's brutal. And that's going to be another bad rating. Oh, thank God. So let's say that's going to suck. That man, it just went on a downhill slide, though. That was wild. I mean, who would have thought Sonata and Will Hobbs was going to have bad chemistry? Maybe they definitely, I feel like they definitely had a match before. So yeah, they just must have forgot. And that popped up heading into the pre-show booking page, or the pre-match booking page, rather, as, yeah, I mean, honestly, we're going to go with Okan and Konosuke, and we'll go Hiromu, and not even focus on who was in the main and whatnot. That just was a brutal display. And Block A, though, Sonata getting the win, making it to the finals. As far as we probably could have gave that to a fresh guy like Takeshita. It would have been pretty crazy to see that. But, we went the other way with it. And I'm still cool with that decision, but I definitely could see, as far as maybe potentially having somebody else involved in the finals instead of somebody that, was just the champion and just lost the belt. But I feel like it's a great story, though, for him to be able to potentially win the belt back and even win it in a dramatic fashion in this 4-way elimination matchup. But, on to, as far as now, we're getting into the 30s. And as far as this is make or break time for a lot of guys, as far as it's time to nut up or shut up, if you will. And, we will be on to day 30 we go. Alrighty, day 30, the Dirty 30 here of the G1 Climax. And we're going to get some new pictures, too, for this tail end of this part. So I was just like, it's been a while since we updated the picture pack, so you'll be getting new pictures, as one of our new debutees is in the backstage area for this backstage incident. He brought pizza for everyone. That's a great way of winning over our locker room on your first day. So yeah, for this night, though, Tyler Black and Kenta, that is by far the main event. And Tyler Black beating Kenta in 27 minutes. So that is a huge win. Gives him a tiebreaker win over Kenta. Plus, stretches it out a little bit over time as far as being able to have more points over him. And for Zack Sabre Jr. and Lee Moriarty, it's a technical masterclass matchup, which they have new pictures and just a new background for United Empire. I like that shade of green. And plus, we don't really have anything green, so it just kind of adds to everything. But Zack Sabre Jr. will be getting the win over Lee Moriarty. Roderick Strong and Pentagon Jr. is a regular matchup, and Pentagon Jr. beating Roderick Strong in that one. Nice little win. Shingo and Claudio, still a show matchup, and Claudio beating Shingo. So that's a fun little matchup, though. Shingo beat him last year. Then they had the U.S. title matchup, which Claudio won to retain. So they're 1-1 going into that match, with now Claudio being up in the series. And Kazuchika Okada beating Tetsuya Endo in 23 minutes. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, we'll have to pump that down. Yeah, I mean, Endo and Okada is the co-main. Probably not the... honestly, let's go with Roderick Strong and Pentagon Jr. as the co-main. Why the fuck not? Let's just throw caution into the wind with this one. Why not, right? We're 30 days in. We might as well roll the dice a little bit. So now we will have an all-singles show, because I'm going to have Shota Umino on this card, taken on... needs to be... let's see, he's already recognizable, so this is going to work out pretty well. So we'll just use Gavin McGavin for this one. Which match. Actually, hold on. Yeah, let's go with a House of Black person. That'd make a lot more sense. Yeah, we'll use Robbie Eagles. There we go. Yep. And we have a new House of Black logo too, which, I don't know, I kind of like the one that we were using, to be honest, but hopefully that did not get replaced. Shota Umino, though, gonna beat Robbie Eagles. That is a massive win. Oh, yeah, let's, House of Black. We'll keep it for now. I like the font of that House of Black a little bit more. It's a little bit bigger. Yeah, so yeah, we're good to go as far as an all singles card. As yeah, we're going to day 23, going back to Osaka here for Osaka Joe Hall. That's a great main event to run in Osaka with Tyler Black and Kenta. It's the 72 for the opener. Robbie Eagles getting the loss here as he loses to Shota Umino again. I always forget to add Shota Umino's finishers. An 85 for Zack Sabre Jr. and Lee Moriarty. What a win for Zack. What a great little matchup. Two of the best technical wrestlers in the world having a technical match class matchup. Nothing wrong with that at all. So that's a great win for Zack. Lack of chemistry there from Claudio and Shingo. Stretch muffler from Claudio in 11 minutes. I'm glad we had this, obviously, steel strip matchup to get it out of the way. Didn't get the crowd really into it, though, unfortunately. It was a bit of a dud of a match. Okada beating Endo with that Lama Straw Cradle in 22:41. I like that win for Okada. Nice little win back for him. I'm glad that he's back into, like, the 80s now. I don't know what happened these past previous shows, but he's rocking again. And Roddy, Pentagon Jr., they have a pretty good chemistry, so they have a pretty good little matchup. Pentagon Jr. with the Fear Factor on to Roderick Strong. It's a good win. It's a good match. She went really well. The 93 for the main event. Tyler Black with the curb stomp, on the Kenta. 292s, and again, lack of psychology. Just fucking take a shot. Anytime you see that, you'd be dead. You'd be dead in this episode. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna put over Tyler Black and Kenta, and let's put over Okada. Actually, Zack did have that match was awesome, so we'll put them over. Day 30, though. Nice little win for especially Tyler Black. He's got a chance to make the finals with that win. And yeah, now we'll see how days 31 and 32 play out. We'll then take a look at the standings going into the final nights for each block. And yeah, the finals, they're ramping up, though. It's looking like it's going to be a fun little final. So if as far as all things go well here, we should have a fun little match. As far as our fun little main event and just a hell of a show, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Alrighty, day 31. So we got, as far as, obviously on New Japan World, Backstage Incident, Sonata. He created a great atmosphere backstage. He pulled a great rib on the locker room. Hell yeah. It's Nakamura passing on psychology to Nario Takagawa. See, he keeps on getting the psychology boost, so that is a good get, for sure, for that man. Are we back? No, we're not. We're back to the industrial spot here. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. It'll be 7,000 shy. Let's go for it. Let's go for the Green Dome. Fuck it. Especially with this card. Rey Fenix, Volter, Moxley, and Tanahashi. We'll have that be the main. As Moxley gonna beat the Ace. That's a fun win for him. First time meeting in the save, so hopefully it goes well. Rey Fenix, Volter. Rey Fenix gonna beat the Intercontinental Champion here. They had the title matchup last year after Rey Fenix beat Volter in the G1. You know what? So we don't repeat the same angle. Let's just have Volter beat him. I think that's a better option anyways. We'll see, though. I could be wrong. But I don't know why I meant to hit the match history, because, well, Rey Fenix, when he won, it was a better match. So maybe I might have something to do with it. We'll see. We shall see. I don't know what's going to be the technical match class. I don't know if it's going to be this or not. Oh, it is. Alright, so Ibushi's going to beat El Kakui, though, in 20 minutes. Naito and Coughlin. Naito beating Coughlin. I don't know how I feel about it, but I think we're just going to stick with it, because I guarantee you, maybe not guarantee, that might be a strong word, Wouldn't be surprised, I'll say. Oh, okay, so Tamora and Brody Lee's also steal the show. I want to see, is there bad chemistry or something between Coughlin and Naito? Because if it is, alright, yeah, well, let's just give this more time, I guess. That's fine by me. Slow build, alright. 21 minutes, I guess, to be exact. Bushi. Alright. Yeah, I just want to double check this. Just want to see, just from a chemistry perspective, if it's... Oh, so alright, so yeah, we're fine with both of these matches. Alright. It's just funny how this block, there's a lot of guys that are in their prime of their careers, and there's other guys that are over the hill, so it's a nice little split. So from that regard... Oh yeah, let's go with a tag now. We'll go back to that. I still need to make Dasha not an active wrestler. So, again, I'm tired of seeing her name. Oh, but yeah, we might go, let's see, Akuya Miyagi, chemistry. Yeah, him and Shobo, we'll have them. We'll throw them out there. Since it's been about a week. Oh, let's see here. Let's exclude people. It sucks because, well, yeah, because Goto's not important anymore, so we can't do that. Let's see, we got Hook. Tomato. Yeah, we can go Kaji Tomato. Yeah, because we can either go Tomato and Narita. Well, no. We better go with either Yui Mora. Yeah, we'll go Yui Mora. I guess we could have just went with Shelly to be safe. Yeah, let's just do that. That should be fine. Yeah, no, this is going to be a solid little opener. Well, maybe not solid. But this is just to give Kaji Tomato a win more than anything. Alrighty. So day 31 in the books. And of course after day 32, we'll take a look at the standings. See how everything is looking up going into the final days. But a 62 for the opener. Shelly's performance, highlight for sure. Glad we went with that. But Kaji Tomato's getting better somehow. That's pretty funny. Yeah, we just need to give him some more wins. But yeah, Kuya Miyagi he's going to be pretty solid. Pretty solid. Bushi with the Phoenix Plex in 20 minutes there. That's an 82, a 71 for Naito and Coughlin. Listen, it was close. It was pretty close. But Coughlin's still a little ways away. But a Destino win from Naito. That's a 71. That's Tamora and Brody. Glad we gave this a little bit more time. Giving that a 77 Tamora, though. He's really coming into his own. Awesome to see. Ray Phoenix and Walter. Walter did outperform him, so I'm glad we went with that. Golden Bomb win for Walter in 23 minutes. Big win for him. And then a 92 for the main as Moxley with the Death Rider in 25 minutes. In the Green Dome. They get a hell of a little show there. Awesome. So yeah, we're going to put over Mox, put over Walter, and yeah, Ray Phoenix. Why not? Gaijin Heavy. Alrighty. As on to day 32. We go. Alrighty, day 32. As we'll see what we get for this one. As Tanahashi created a great atmosphere backstage when he pulled off a great rip in the entire locker room that had everyone laughing afterwards. Hell yeah. Another great rip. Loving it. As the newest of two young lions is already off to a terrible start as he's just being a cocky prick. Don't want to do that. Don't want to be pissing off everybody on your first goddamn day, but here he is doing that. But Milano Collection AT passing on tips on using psychology to his protege Aizawa Collection NYC. So, this was going to be Nakamura and Tankman. So instead, we're going to get a tag match with him and Shelly. It's Evil and Black Taurus. Main event, though. Ashino, Juice, and Shitoro Ashino beats Juice Robinson. Major victory there. And I'm pretty sure that will just about seal it, depending on what happens here with Miro and Kingston. Kingston beats Miro. Massive victory there. So that will, in fact, seal it. As well, actually, Kingston, I think now is at 10, so potentially that might play into a factor there. But Alexander's going to beat Yoshihashi in the technical masterclass, which will mean Tai Chi and Doring will be a Steal the Show matchup, which Doring will win. I'm sure that match is just going to be the fucking shits. We shall see. And then the tag match with Nakamura and Shelley against Evil and Black Taurus. As Nakamura's going to beat Evil. I think that's the right call. You know, Evil's probably going to be the worst guy in the match. Might as well have him lose. So yeah, now that day 32, all the block matches are done with, we could take a look at the standings. So yes, Sonata. There is a chance, if Hiromu wins and Sonata loses, then Hiromu will in fact go on to the finals. That's about it. You know, as far as because Hobbs, well, I guess if Hobbs, yeah, because Sonata would still, it's down to just Sonata and Hiromu. Because even if Konosuke, you know, he lost to Sonata, so, you know, he'd have to hope for somehow, some way. Yeah, it's Sonata's block to lose at this rate. If Hiromu wins, God bless him. So he's got to hope Sonata loses. If Sonata doesn't lose, then it will be Sonata nonetheless. You know, it's his to lose. It is his to lose for sure. As for Block B, it's Claudio's block to lose. He had his first ever loss to Pentagon Jr. It's kind of crazy. That was the guy who beat him to have his first loss, and now he's got Roddy left. If Roddy beats him, Roddy not only jumps up to 10, but that stops Claudio at 13, and that gives Tyler Black an opportunity to potentially get the win and go on to the finals. And as far as he's got Lee Moriarty left, so not a easy win by any means there. Okada's got 10. That's kind of cool. Kenta's got 10 as well. 5 guys having 10 points is pretty impressive, and Roddy might make it 6. That would be pretty impressive for Block B. As for Block C, this is Tamura's block to lose. He's got El Kukui left. Ibushi's got Naito left. If Ibushi wins and Tamura loses, Ibushi's going to finish as the winner of the block. Comes down to that. Just simple as that. Since Moxley lost to Tamura, that has opened that up. But there's a good chance they're going to see some people with 10 points, though, with Ray Phoenix and Volter there. But it's crazy that Coughlin beating Tanahashi. You know, Tanahashi's got 6. He's not even going to finish with double-digit points. That is pretty wild to think about from that block. Brody, you know, he was a guy that was, you know, a wrecker of blocks in years past, and now he's not even able to get double-digit points. And for Block D, of course, Miro with 14, Ashino with 16. Yeah, so it does come down to if Miro beats not Eddie Kingston, rather. Well, yeah, Kingston beat him, so yeah, it is over with. Ashino is making it to the finals. So there was going to be one guy that it was already destined to make it to the finals. I guess it'd rather it be Ashino, the returning Ashino. Him losing to Miro is huge, but also the fact of, I guess we could have had Juice beat him. That would have been pretty wild, but obviously Juice just beat Nakamura, so there's a lot of moving pieces, you know, as far as from that perspective. Nakamura still has Kingston left, too. So yeah, Kingston's going to finish potentially with 14 points. That's pretty wild. Juice is going to finish with potentially 12. And yeah, Doring's jumping up finally to 6, but even then, it's kind of sad what he's turned into. And it's going to be, I think, a fun last day there for Block D, even though, Ashino potentially is already destined to win it all, unless something very, very terrible happens, like he gets injured or something. But other than that, he's still in it, ready to win it all here. As, yeah, we got to pick our venue, and then we'll be good to run. Yeah, I think we're back to Chubu here for day 24. We will run the old Nagoya Civic General Gymnasium. Let's see what we get. Oh, I forgot to make another match. That's alright. We'll just make it 5. That's fine by me. I guess we could add one match here, but we'll just keep it at 5. Nakamura pinning Evil with the Samoan Driver. Yeah, Nakamura and Alex Shelley doing a really good job there. Black Taurus doing well in that one, as well as Josh Alexander with the Pearl River Plunge over Yoshihashi in 20 minutes. 62 for Taichi and Joe Doring. Yep. Makes sense. Surprised it was even a 60, to be honest. Revolution Bomb from Doring, getting the win. there's Miro and Kingston. They have the good chemistry, and Kingston beating Miro's huge. That is absolutely huge. But Miro's on a tear with that 84. He's been killing it in this G1. Ashino beating Juice with a T-bone suplex in 28 minutes. Massive, massive victory there. And Ashino with a great performance and a great main event with the day 5 with a 5-match card. It's pretty funny, but that still worked out as a pretty good show. And we'll have it be Miro. So now it's hard to believe now after running, our the amount of shows we ran for the first part, and now the second part, we just have 5 more shows. The 4 tour shows, and then the finals, which should be jam-packed, though. We have, I believe, 7 titles on the line on that final show, so that's going to be pretty electric, to say the least. As on to the last matches of the blocks we go. Alrighty, day 33, we find out who's making it out of Block A first. Satoshi Kojima passing on microphone work to his protege, Hayato Tamura. So it's going to come down to what's going to happen in the Hiromu match and, of course, the Sonata Kushida match. So we'll have the Hiromu Great-O-Khan match first, which is the Steal the Show matchup, and Hiromu is going to get the win. So now, he needs Kushida to lose. Or needs, rather, Kushida to beat Sonata. And Sonata, of course, will not lose. And so that will make it to Sonata making it to the finals. Tough break for Hiromu. Just needed a little bit of luck. Couldn't get it, though. Pac and Makabe, that was a banger. Pac's going to beat Makabe in 28 minutes, too. That's a hell of a match, though. A hell of a match. We'll have that be the co-main, actually. White and Fujinami will go before... Oh, it's a technical mask class matchup. And Fujinami's going to beat Jay White. How about that? Poor Jay White, man. He's beaten Fujinami every single time. They faced off against each other in the G1 for the past 3 years. But the 4th time, not so fast, says Fujinami. Puts the brakes on him and gets the win. Will Hobbs and Konosuke Takeshita, though. And Takeshita beating Will Hobbs. Dear God, he about did it. He just about made it, too. He would have obviously not been able to make it because, as far as having Sonata make it that far, that would have been crazy. That would have been crazy. But what a huge win for Konosuke Takeshita. By the way, that is massive. Massive indeed. Man, that's a hell of a card. It's funny that Sonata is the last man up in that matchup with Kushida, but it just makes sense for how things are going. Let's go with we'll go with a little Izod collection. Tomoya Tom Ford teaming, as we'll have them take on the Kingdom of Strong style team. We'll just go Narita and Yui Mura. As we'll give obviously the Kingdom of Strong style a win here. So we'll have Yuya beat Izod Collection NYC. I guess we could do Kaji Namato too. I didn't even think about that. But that's fine. How we do it here. Again, as far as I guess Kanto, it doesn't really matter, but I want to run the National Stadium on that final day, so we'll skip Kanto for now. So it looks like we'll be going Hokuto here. The old Makamoto Ice Arena works for me. Alrighty. So Sonata has punched his ticket into the finals with a little bit of luck. Yui Mura and Ren Narita, as far as they outperformed Izod Collection NYC and Tomoya Tom Ford. At least Tomoya Tom Ford is in the 50s, but we gotta give Yui Mura his finishers too. We're all over the place. That's what we need to do. So they don't click, but it's still a decent little matchup, mainly because of Jay White. The Fujinami armbar from Leono Fujinami, though, in 2011. Big win, big upset. Finally beats Jay White. Okan and Hiromu in a Steal the Show matchup. Hiromu with a time bomb on that big fucker is pretty awesome. What a win, though, for Hiromu. Takahashi. Konosuke Takeshita beating Will Hobbs with a wall of Takeshita. 95 from Pac and Makabe. Another shooting star leg drop. Pac loves beating guys with that. And then Sonata beats Kushida with the rounding body press. Your winner of Block A being Sonata. What a win. and he's got a chance to regain his heavyweight title just like that. As, yeah, we'll put over Pac, put over Sonata, and yeah, we'll put over Konosuke. Just some incredible matches throughout Block A, and really a lot of guys that never got that opportunity. We only have, out of this whole lineup, only 2 former champs, heavyweight champions. Well, 3, rather, now with Sonata. A lot of guys trying to step up and make a big-time step. But Sonata, he's just locked in right now. And he proves it there. Massive, massive win. So now we'll be seeing who's joining him. So on to Block B we go. Alright, let's see who's going on to the finals in Block B. As we got some backstage incidents. And we got a wrestler's court. As Daisuke Kamayashi has been brought before wrestler's court, accused of being absorbed by his phone. He should have been paying attention during a locker room meeting. Nakamura found got the incident of the bite rate of beer for the locker room. Small positive impact for him, and then Shingo's passing on psychology tips to Masahiro Hara. He needs it. Alrighty. So, the main event. That's a great question. I mean, I love that Okada-Zack Sabre Jr. match. I think that we'll go with that. Zack's gonna beat him right before the 30-minute mark. Lee Moriarty, Tyler Black. Love it. Tyler Black's gonna beat him, though. So, Tyler Black, with that win alone, gives him a big opportunity. It really comes down to Claudio and not only Claudio, but it comes down to Kenta as well. But Kenta's losing to Shingo, so that's opened that up. Kenta's going to be unhappy about that. It's a tough break. And then Roddy and Claudio. Roddy, in fact, beats Claudio. So that will, in fact, push Tyler Black to 14. Wild to think if Tyler Black doesn't beat Lee Moriarty, Zack Sabre Jr. could have made it to the finals, even. So that would have been pretty nuts. Well, actually, yeah, because it would have been interesting, because they would have had to have a tiebreaker match, Claudio and Zack. But yeah, what a huge win. Huge win for Roderick Strong, and of course Pentagon Jr., Tetsuya Endo. Just a kind of undercard. Not really an important matchup from that perspective, but they still get a nice little matchup, hopefully, out of the two. What was that, Pentagon Jr.? There. So yeah, with Tyler Black winning, I know it's kind of weird to have that not be the main, but figured you get the win to see who's making it to the finals, and you get to see a great match with Okada and Zack Sabre Jr. rather. Yeah, we'll go House of Black here. Malachi and Robbie against the team of. We'll go Jarvis. We'll go Jarvis and Gulak, actually. Yeah. That'll work. Malachi Black, though, he'll get the win. It's tough to see House of Black getting a lot of wins on that show, but I just feel like that's the best bet. We'll see, though. 10-minute matchup, though, in the opener. Not bad at all. Again, we don't run Kanto, so I think we're going. Kind of want to skip that venue, though. Yeah, we'll just go straight to the Momotaro Arena, because that's going to be a sellout. How many sellouts in a row has it been, though? There's been a shit ton. That is for sure. So yeah, I mean, Tyler Black, Sonata, so far making half of that four-way. Elimination matchup of Malachi Black getting the win. So, Wari, Death Foot Stomp in 9:34. Gulak, best guy in the match, no surprise. Yeah, I mean, they were the better team, was the United Empire team. No surprise there, but House of Black getting the win. Roddy outperforms Claudio by 1 point. The super double knee gutbuster. What a win for Roderick Strong, beating Claudio Castagnoli. Massive. Pentagon Jr. beating Tetsuya Endo with the fear factor in 20 minutes. Love it. 91 from Kenta and Shingo. Pumping bomber from Shingo over Kenta. I want to say they had an IWGP Heavyweight title matchup at 1 point in the save. Maybe a couple of them. Tyler Black and Lee Moriarty, so they don't have a good chemistry. That's why it was a Steelers Show matchup to begin with. But Tyler Black with God's last gift in 12 minutes. What a massive victory to beat Lee Moriarty like that. And in the main event, Zack Sabre Jr. with the Sabre Driver over Kazuchika Okada. If only Lee Moriarty could have got a win, would have been massive. But yeah, what a fun Fun show that was. As, yeah, put over Kenta, put over Zack, and Tyler Black again. Surprise, surprise. To no one. Awesome stuff, though. Awesome. So now, we'll be seeing the last two block matches, or block shows, rather, excuse me, to see how this finals will shape up. Alright, day 35. New Japan World, of course, for this show, but this is going to be a big day for sure, as Tamura passing on microphone work, or rather, Kojima passing on microphone work to Tamura, and then Milano Collection AT passing on Psychology to Aizawa Collection NYC, and Nakamura wants to put over Francesco Kira. Unreal. So, of course, we want to see how Tamura's match does, how Moxley's match, or actually just all of these, but, Moxley and Ray Phoenix are definitely the main, if I had to guess. Moxley's going to win in 25 minutes. That's huge. Naito and Ibushi's got to be the co-main. It sucks they're not going to be at the same level as they used to be, but nonetheless, I think it's a great little match and a great win for Ibushi. And then hang out with Tamura. El Kukui, probably a regular matchup. Oh no, steal the show, and Tamura will win. So, of course, that means that Hayato Tamura will in fact go on to the finals. Tough break for Ibushi to be just 1 point behind him. But again, I think that's a good call to have Tamura in the finals and a chance to not only win his first G1, but to win back his heavyweight title. So I got Brody and Tanahashi, who can go here. Tanahashi's going to beat Brody Lee. They've had a couple of matches. They just had a New Japan Strong openweight title matchup just recently, back in April. So nice little win back for Tanahashi there. But what is going to happen afterwards, of course, will be as Tanahashi's doing his air guitar, strumming it up the ramp. Out comes Cena from behind, lays him out. Maybe have him do the Peacemaker move. I'm already forgetting the name that we gave it. As far as have that through the table, have like a table to the side, like off near the ramp. So Tanahashi takes a pretty crazy bump. Well, let's see. Should it be a stunt bump or a crazy bump? Is the question. I would say stunt bump. It's gimmicked, Oh, and Ozawa's like, oh. I don't, never mind. We didn't pick Cena. Or, not Cena, we didn't pick Tanahashi. I'm assuming he won't do it, but you never know. Yeah. Let's see if you're a crazy fucker, Tanahashi. Yeah. That makes sense. So we'll just have it be like a normal table. Then Volter, Coughlin, technical masterclass matchup is Volter will beat Coughlin there in 20 minutes. It should be a hell of a match though, which is Task Force Death members battling it out though in the main is a fun idea. Then Naito and Ibushi. And speaking of that, we'll have probably Bushi and SB Kento take on the Blast Off Junior team. So it'll be Abe, Jason Lee. Nice. As since, well, I was gonna have LIJ get a win. Yeah, we still can actually. Let's have Bushi beat Jason Lee. Alrighty. So yeah, now we just have the final tour show, and of course the actual finals itself. Yeah, that one will run Kanto. Yeah, I don't want to run there either, so it looks like we're going to the Marine Mies. It'll be close to 13,000 and a half. That's not too bad. We'll see how that angle goes with Cena, though, laying out Tanahashi, putting him through the table. But then 80 for the opener. That actually went really well, as Bushi and SB Kento. Pretty good rating. Abe and Jason Lee were the better team, but a slight upset. Nothing too crazy. 73 for Volter and Alex Coughlin, as Volter was a 69-62 for Coughlin, as Volter with a rear naked choke in 20 minutes. That's a nice win there. 81 for the angle, though. Oh, and I put it in the wrong goddamn spot. I just now realized that. What an idiot. Yeah, because now it wouldn't make any sense to have him. I guess you could do that. That would be pretty sick. Well, yeah, let's do it. Fuck it. Why not, right? have Tanahashi go through the table during his entrance, but Brody still hasn't came out yet. You know, the young boys are attending to him and making sure he's trying to get back in the ring, and Brody kind of basically jump starts his entrance to make sure that he can get in there as soon as possible to get the upper hand on Tanahashi, but still the ace overcomes it all, so fuck it, we'll do it that way. I like it. A 77, though, for the Tamura El Kukui matchup. A lot of green. It went really, really well. Just face lock, though, from Tamura in 12 minutes. We'll take it. 81 for Naito and Ibushi. It's the Kamigori from Ibushi over Naito. And then the main event. Ooh, rotator cuff tendonitis from Moxley. That is tough. But Heiharu Tamura is your winner of Block C. Going on to the finals in the main event to potentially become the heavyweight champion once again. But not only that, looking to become the first-time winner of the G1 Climax as well. We'll put up Tamura, Moxley, and Ray Phoenix. That was a great block, though, Block C. The Block C was pretty fun. It had a great mix of a lot of big-time stars, a lot of guys that can work well together, and some Styles Clash guys, like Ray Phoenix in there. And also Walter in there as well was nice for the Intercontinental Champion. Yeah, so far, Sonata, of course, not a champion, former, heavyweight champion, but no belt tied to him. Tyler Black, no belt tied to him right now. And then Tamura, of course, another former heavyweight champion, but has no belt tied to him right now. So we'll see what the final block here, Block D. As far as Ashino, it's already been decided, so there's really no big kind of reveal. So that is our 4. And with that, I think it's a great time to just look at the card itself for the finals. The elimination 4-way matchup. Sonata, Tyler Black, Heiharu Tamura, and Shotaro Ashino. There is no time limit. If it goes over 60, it's going over 60. It just is what it is. So that's going to be a lot of fun to see. Jonathan Gresham, Kyle O'Reilly is the co-main. Tag team title matchup. Koji Kamai, which I forgot to put over the Kamai part. Go ahead. Add that. Koji Kamai against the Lucha Brothers. Never open title matchup, Miro versus Nakamura. Now, since Nakamura had lost to Ashino, he also lost to Miro, and I felt like since Miro was so close to making it to the finals, this is a great consolation prize for both those guys. Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup, Mexa Blood versus Francesco Kiro and El Hiro del Airbender. So Koji Kamai looking to become not only still the Junior Tag Team Champions, but the Heavyweight Tag Team Champions as well on this night. Never Openweight 6-man Tag Team title matchup, Pac, Moxley, and Kingston against Blastoff. That should be a fun little 6-man. And then for the IWGP Women's title, as Saletta is back. This time it's just going to be a one-on-one match. Rio not going to be involved. AEW actually did Rio and Kimura for the women's title. And then I think Stardom had another women's title matchup with Hana Kimura. She's already had like 2 or 3 defenses, so that's pretty crazy after being a champion for like a month. She's rocking and rolling. In the opener, Tanahashi, Fujinami, and Carl Fredericks are taking on Dark Order, which will be Tankman in his return, Brody, and Cena. So that should be a fun little opener to see how that plays out. We might change it up a little bit. We might actually have Kimura and Saletta start off the show. Now that I'm thinking about it, well, we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. But before we get to that, though, we have this final tour show date, which we'll go through right now. As, let's see. So we got... Yeah, I don't want to run Kanto again. I feel like we should save that. Well, since it's not that big of a show, we'll just run the 5K venue now. So yeah, Kingston Nakamura, though, will be the main for this banger of a show. Kingston's beating Nakamura. So we could have had Kingston have, a match with Nakamura on that final night, but I just felt like that'd be a close rematch. And, now I'm thinking about it. Let's have Nakamura finish with 12. I think that makes a little bit more sense. Sorry, Kingston. You miss out on that. But I think that makes a lot more sense from that perspective. So we got Juice and Taichi. Yeah, Shino, he doesn't have a match anyway, so he's going to take on Tankman anyways. So it's not that big of a deal. Doring and Alexander. Alexander will be beating Joe Doring, so that's a huge win, first of all. So Juice and Taichi. Juice going to beat Taichi in 20 minutes. Yeah, this Block D just abysmal there with some of the guys involved just not really being able to put their best efforts out there. So Yoshihashi and Miro, it's a regular matchup. Miro's going to win in 20 minutes, so he will at least finish with the same amount of points as, or actually close to the same amount of points. He'll be just 2 behind Shotaro Ashino rather, finishing with 16. Awesome stuff. Juice also finishing with 12. A lot of top heavy for sure. That block, just Tankman having a forfeit changed that whole entire block. That's for sure. And yeah, the tag match though, Ashino and Tozawa against Evil and Silver, as Ashino will win in the opener there. As I just had a crazy hiccup though, I thought I was gonna die for a second. It was wild. As hope that was caught. As trying to think who. I don't want to put Phantasma out there, El Hiro del Phantasma on his debut. I think that'd be a bit of a bad call. Trying to think who we could use. Dragon Bane, don't want to put him out there in his debut either. We brought up Casanova again because he just re-signed his contract. Is why that is. So he hasn't been sent back down to GCW. Let's have him out there. Let's go. Let's go the 6-man. Let's go Top Flight with Christian Casanova. So I'll make sure he's back in Flight Club. Against... Now that's a good question. I think we're going to go Mexa Blood, actually. We'll go Samurai del Sol Rayuli. How about that? That's debut. Phantasma. Why not? Now I'm thinking about it. It's a good call, right? 12 minutes, 13 minutes. Oh, let's go 12. So we'll have El Hiro del Phantasma. Gonna get the win. He's gonna beat Darius. But it's about to be Dante. I had to think about it for a second. I was like, it's probably a bad call. Not a really good steal the show match, but... Oh, fuck it. Why not? Let's give him 20. Just a regular little matchup. And then we'll have the Junior 6-man be the steal the show matchup. I like it. I like it. Good stuff. Alrighty. So, yeah, we're good to go. And for day 36, let's run this show. 77. Damn, Ashino and Tozawa don't work as a team. That sucks. I'm glad this was the opener now. It's Ashino with the ankle hold over John Silver. And an 80 for the Steal the Show 6-man here. As Ryuli and Samurai also killing it, though. Good little match there. As Dante Martin with a 75, though. Everybody else does, around mid-60s. But yeah, Ryuli and Samurai del Sol are just unreal. Josh Alexander with a TKO over Doring. It's a nice win for Josh Alexander more than anything. 82 from Miro and Yoshihashi. Somehow, they have a good little matchup. Out of that, 79 from Juice and Tai Chi. That's Juice with the Pulp Friction in 20 minutes. There's a 90 for Eddie Kingston, Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm glad we went with Nakamura. Getting the win with the triangle, too. That's pretty sick. Kingston's not tapping, too. He's passing the fuck out. Be pretty electric. So, yeah, we'll put over Nakamura. Put over Miro. And, and also Ashino as well. But that is the tour. 36 days in the books. We did it. It took 2 parts, but we finally did it. And it took almost 2 months. And now we have the final show. To book and run and see who will win that big-ass elimination 4-way. And not only that, who will become the new heavyweight champion and the G1 Climax winner. Big time main event. Maybe the biggest main event that we've ever put together. Just for the stake of everything involved in that one. So yeah, on to the finals. Alrighty, we have made it to the finals. There will be a slight change of plans, though, for the title matches. We will not be having the women's title matchup. We're going to push that back for the King of Pro Wrestling show. As far as that women's matchup will happen on that show. So that's going to be a nice little, I think, change of pace for that show. As much as I love that match is happening, I hope Hana Kimura is still the champion. That's kind of the one thing that I'm a little nervous about, but we should be fine. It's only a week away, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But for this, to see who's going to win the G1 Climax, this 4-way elimination matchup is going to be massive. And this will be in Budokan, of course, like the last one, because obviously from running so many shows, that's just kind of where we're at. It's hard to believe, Zack Sabre Jr. was in the finals last year and won it the year before that. And Ashino, of course, beating Hiromu in the finals in 2022. And then our first, or not even our first G1, the one following Shibata's return, we had Shingo beating Okada, and the first ever G1 we booked was Jay White over Shingo. Hard to believe how far we have come from then to now. That Alexander Gresham match would be like 10 times better now. Poor Master Wato. He's actually doing really well in Mexico. We're going to bring him up. I'm just waiting for something, just a gimmick change, something to help us out, because just the Master Wato gimmick is just not it. It is not it at all. But to see who's winning this G1 and becoming the new heavyweight champion, it's going to be over 60, a 64-minute elimination matchup. Massive. And the thing is, there's not going to be an elimination until about 40 minutes. So these 4 men are going to battle it out. Luckily, it's a 4-way, so I think you can get away with it. But the first elimination will be Tyler Black. Then around the 50-minute mark, Ashino. And then for the next 14, it's just going to be Tamura and Sonata in a one-on-one matchup. Which Tamura will be beating Sonata, as far as the last finish there. I kind of want to see Ashino have him tap out Tyler Black, then Sonata beat Ashino, and then obviously Tamura beating Sonata. So each guy besides Tyler Black, unfortunately, is going to get a win in that 4-way. Massive victory there, obviously. Then the co-main event, though, which is getting half that time, but 26-minute matchup, though, as Kyle O'Reilly will beat Jonathan Gresham to retain the junior heavyweight title. I think that's a good call. I just, Dragon's Den, man. Heavyweight champ and junior heavyweight champion, so just a massive night for them. And then we'll go into I believe it's the tag team title matchup? Yes. Koji Kamai of Kazuchika Okada and Yoshihashi against the Lucha Brothers, as Rey Fenix is going to be beating Yoshihashi there. And then Miro Nakamura, as Shinsuke is going to beat Miro. So that's a nice win, though. He retains his Never Openweight title. Then we'll have Mexablood versus Francesco Kira and El Hero del Airbender. Mexablood are going to lose, though, as Airbender is going to beat Samurai del Sol. That's a big win, though, nonetheless, though, for Mr. Airbender. As, just massive victory there. Then we have the Never Openweight 6-man tag team title matchup of Task Force Death and Blast Off. Hell of a match here. This match rules, especially for how low it is on the card. But Konosuke Takeshita is going to beat Eddie Kingston and retain their title. So the only title change will be, of course, the heavyweight title. So that's a pretty telling turn of events for this card. As then Tanahashi, Fujinami, and Carl Fredericks against Cena, Tanahashi, and Brody Lee. As, we're going to cut that down. Way, bud. We were going to have Evil, but yeah, I do want to have Tankman out there for the sake of him being back out there. We'll have him win, too. Have him win. Carl Fredericks, unfortunately, you're going to have to take the loss of your brother. Just is what it is. Yeah, maybe Cena can beat him. I think we already had Cena beat Fredericks, just kind of, at the Road 2 show. So that's kind of also why I want to put Fredericks out there. Man, we got to get him more matches, though. I failed him. That's just, I feel like I failed him at least. Oh, but yeah, now the new opener, Makabe and Gulak against the Dragons Den team at Daniel Garcia and Show. This is to give United Empire a win, since obviously Gresham's losing, and also as far as there's actually not even a United Empire man in the main event, but as far as from that perspective, just felt like that's the best case scenario. So that's the 8 matches. I'm assuming. Oh no, we're all good to go. That was crazy. I thought for sure we were gonna have to change something along the post, or not even just the time for that main event. But the post-show press conference, just we'll have it be Dragon's Den, because it's mainly going to be Bryan Danielson and just Brian cutting the promo because, again, they're leading Tamura to the back because he just wrestled over 60 minutes, and Brian just talking about that. Look at his star pupil. He could have gave that belt to Hiro Tamura, and I'm sure the New Japan office wouldn't have done a damn thing about it because he was a deserving champion. But the fact that he went through that G1, won his block, and won it all, as far as he couldn't be more prouder. And the fact that he went out there for over 60 minutes and worked his ass off and earned that heavyweight title. It just shows you what he can do. And also Kyle O'Reilly, as far as what Kyle did, retaining his belt and saying that Dragon's Den is the best. It's the top faction in Japan. It's the top group right now. Nothing's going to stop them. They are just savages out there. And nothing's going to change that. As far as just because he's taken a step back doesn't mean anything, because he's sharing wisdom, he's sharing psychology, he's sharing tricks of the trade. He's trying to help elevate everybody in the Dragon's Den to be the best that they can be. Master Danielson, if you will, for Dragon's Den. And I think it's a fun little story for them. As far as for Miro, I want to have a post-show press conference for Miro, even though he lost, and he's devastated, and he's bummed out about it. But he knows he's beaten. As far as for Miro, he's tasted that victory over. As far as to not only have a win over Shotaro Shino, and he's beaten Nakamura, he feels that he can be the one to beat Heihachi Tamura. So that's kind of his building point. In that he might have came up short today, but he's eyeing Heihachi Tamura, and he thinks that he's gonna win. He's saying it right now. He's winning the King of Pro Wrestling. So we'll have a Miro Fouls to win Pro Wrestling. Oh yeah, just a little something for Miro after coming up short tonight. Well, I'm trying to think who else we can have. Oh, yeah, I guess we could have... Yeah, we'll have, Well, let's have... For one more here. Let's have... I'm trying to think what would be a good call. Cause I think Dark Order. Yeah, Dark Order would be a fun little one for him, as Cena talking down on Tanahashi. He's beating that bum now. He's put him through a table. What's he got to do? As far as he says he did it for Brody. And Brody's just happy about it, and he's happy that they're in a spot now where they're doing destruction, they're doing damage, and they're as far as Tankman, they have with Tankman and Hobbs saying is the order of destruction. Everyone in Block D was lucky Tankman got hurt. But they're eyeing the tag team titles now. That's kind of their target. Because, sure, they, I think the last tag team title match they had, it was at Sakura Genesis. So it's been a while, but I think a believable rematch can definitely take place. Or, as far as with that on the horizon for sure. It's kind of what else it's crazy how many title matches they've had. But, yeah, of course, the last time they were tag champs was in 2013, because they dropped the belts 2014 to in the three-way there, actually 2012 or 2022 rather, excuse me, so it's been a while, and I think they're still just as good, if not better, than they were back then. So I think that's a believable call. But also, I want to book at some point. You're going to see Cena and Nakamura for the New Japan Strong Openweight title. That's probably going to be the next program from Nakamura as far as from that perspective. And we'll have, Cena, Tanahashi, the trilogy, I'm sure. We're either going to have that be the trilogy after Cena and Nakamura, or that could be what, as far as having the trilogy win, potentially for Cena, then he'll have the Nakamura match. So there's a potential there. Kind of up in the air about it at this moment, but Yeah, I think that's a good solid press conference there for the Dark Order, just kind of roll calling what's everyone's plans and whatnot. And also you have King of Pro Wrestling coming up, which King of Pro Wrestling is going to be a little bit different. We're going to have obviously the tournament, but the winner of that is going to get a championship belt now, as I want it to be defended kind of like the briefcase. So there it is, obviously the real one. So we're going to switch from the little trophy gimmick to this now. So that way it can work as a briefcase leading up to Wrestle Kingdom. And whoever is holding that King of Pro Wrestling is going to be the, obviously the guy that's going on into the main event, rather, but said the finals, into the main event of Wrestle Kingdom. So a little bit of a change there. I think it's going to be a nice change, though. I really do, because obviously now that we don't have the briefcase, this is a nice replacement for the briefcase where it's something new, but at the same time it's still the same idea in that same breath there. So it's not really a big change, it's just a minor change more than anything. But yeah, I think we've done enough talking. Let's get rocking and rolling. Here's the opener. An 84. Solid opener there as Makabe with the submission win over Show with the Makabe lock. Yeah, Makabe carrying that one for sure. He's the man. It's a 70 for the... I can't believe this match even did as well as it did. Tanahashi and Tankman carrying this matchup. It's Tankman pinning Fredericks with the Tankman driver. It's a great win, though. Cena with a 60 is shocking. I can't believe Brody's even doing so well. Some wild stuff there. 94, holy shit, for the Never Overweight 6-man tag team title matchup. Moxley's injury hurt the match a little bit. That would have been just a tad bit better had he been at 100%, but nonetheless, though, I think it was the right call to keep the belts on Blast Off. The dynamic trio, if you will. But yeah, two teams with great chemistry here, having a banger. Surprised at the lack of psychology. Well, not surprised, but surprised it was even as bad as it was. Obviously, the better team gets the win, but I just felt like Koji Kamai, they could still keep on winning and keep on having some good matches, especially with the Super Junior Tag League coming up. Just feel like they might be the champions going into it. We'll see, though. That might change. Still a long ways away. Nakamura beating Miro with a triangle choke. Surprised that was only an 83 there, as Miro was really off his game, but still. Hope that was going to be a better matchup, but it's a big win for Miro, or big win for Nakamura, rather, nonetheless. An 86 for the tag team title matchup. I was a little nervous about this matchup, but they somehow made it work. Fear Factor into the foot stomp. Lucha Brothers making their 4th defense of their tag team titles. Fantastic run they have had. Oh, man, they don't click. How could I forget that they don't click? That must have been their first time they've had a singles match. There's no way I was that stupid. Of them knowing that they had bad chemistry. That is brutal. Brutal for the co-main. Man, oh man. Hopefully we save it with the main event. Holy shit. Everything went terribly wrong. Giving them way too much time. Maybe that was it. And just the psychology. They couldn't work that long. Personally, I'm still cool with what happened. It is what it is. Yeah, they fucked up the order as well. Obviously, you can't change that. Would love to be able to do that, but it is what it is. Tomorrow, though, the worst guy in the match is the new IWGP Heavyweight Champion again, and he wins his G1 Climax for the first time. It sucks that it did not deliver as much as I thought it would, obviously envisioned. And again, I wanted to put over the fact that this, no time limit, so I wanted to go over 60. It failed, but from a psychology standpoint, I'm cool with it. Even though the match itself did not deliver as much as I hoped, I'm still cool with that finals. I'm still cool with how that played out. And to have Tamura not only win the whole goddamn thing, but I think being a believable winner as well. And now we'll see what happens with him. Because Tamura, of course, he could still have title matches to where he might potentially lose going into Wrestle Kingdom. But right now, yeah, with that G1 Climax win, it's massive, but it doesn't automatically, make you a Wrestle Kingdom main event. Now the hard part is keeping that belt until then. And now for the King of Pro Wrestling, the next tournament and the next show coming up for episode 94. You all know it now. As far as winner of that gets a championship kind of representation, much like the briefcase, but instead it's an actual, championship that they will look to defend and carry and cash in going into the main event. It's going to be massive. Going to be massive. That is for sure. So yeah, Tamura. Everything just went exactly wrong in that main and co-main, but I'm still very pleased with how it played out. I know it's tough to have 37 shows and it end out with an 86, but that's the nature of the beast. Sometimes you gotta roll the dice, and I did not roll our way, but that's all right. I got a feeling now that the King of Pro Wrestling is going to get us right back on track. It's been a unique 2025, that is for sure. But, we've took a lot of risk. And I'm okay with that. When you're so many years into the save, sometimes you want to take a risk, change things up drastically. And I thought we did that. And I think that 4-way, obviously, if I didn't go extreme with it, if we would have just had it be, a 40-minute match instead of a 60-minute, it would have went just as well, if not, it probably would have been the best match on the card. But that's all right. We'll take those swings at the plate and strike out sometimes. It is what it is. You can't have a home run every time. But thank you all for watching, though. This has been quite the G1, though. It's been a G1 to remember, that's for sure. As we'll catch you guys next time for the King of Pro Wrestling. Take care, everyone.